Hello again. This is your favorite marketing professor, Yusuf. So I feel like I should call that at least myself. You are not saying anything. So self-promoting here at the beginning of the video. Today, as a part of advertising surgery session, the video series, I'd like to talk about behavioral or action-focused advertising. If you remember, we said that there are two main objectives that you can achieve in an advertising. First one, cognitive responses. Second one was behavioral responses. And we talk about different subcategories of cognitive responses in the earlier videos. Now in this video, I would like to share some information about behavioral action-focused advertising. It is very easy, okay? And then we will do some practice together afterwards. So for the behavioral action, basically, do you really try to create a call to action, right? So a shop online or like a visit, the store visit type of thing. Do you really want your customers to go there, go ahead and buy from you, okay? If you provide online contact information, if you provide any visual or verbal call to purchase, like buy now, order now, or if you try to create a sense of urgency, it's also known as fear of missing out or FOMO effect in psychology. So buy before sales ends or order before ends. Or if you provide an incentive to buy, like discounts, coupons, or limited time offers, etc. Right? So those are all part of action focus. You try to create an action, you expect an action, behavioral response from your customers. Okay, or if you are giving anything free, that type of things are all part of action focused communication. One simple, easy example is this one is the social media advertising of Lyft. I'm sure you have seen so many similar ones on your own account, social media accounts. What kind of the clues that we have here? So get up to $50 credit, right? Credit, use this code, right? So they are trying to give you some incentives, discounts, and they also tell you to install now, right? So download the app and install now. Those are all call to action. The call to action words and call to action cues for you. And then, of course, they also provide you some incentive in form of $50 ride credit. Okay, so this is an easy example, behavioral actions. So if you like to sum all of them up, what we can say, of course, the companies are not only having one focus in their advertising, right? So most of the time they have more than one. Those are not mutually exclusive. It doesn't mean that if you have one focus, like imagery focus, you cannot share any price. You can, of course, share some price as well. But generally, we see a dominance of one feature in the ad. Okay, so you might see like different focuses, different appeals in the ad, but you can easily say that which appeal is the dominant one. Okay, let's do a little practice. So let's look at this ad. Which focus, which advertising focus, or which advertising appeals do you think they use in this advertising? Right, so think about it. Information focus, imagery focus, emotion focus, or behavioral action focus. So what type of focus do you think they share in this advertising? So let me I'm going to give you 1 second as well, so you can share your answer on the chat too. But basically, you can see two different parts of this ad. One is an image of the burger. Okay, so you can easily say that this is imagery. Okay, but at the same time, they share price. Okay, so since they share the price of it, they basically give you information, right? So the main focus here is information focus, right? So basically, they want to tell you this is the price information. They want to tell you that this is cheap, right? So this is affordable. You can have more. Okay, so they are trying to alter. This is part of still cognitive responses, but information focused advertising. Okay, this is not action focused because they are not giving you any incentive. They are not actually creating any call to action. They just say that the price is $2. Okay, and then you can easily say that $2 is okay. That's good. So I can have 4 or 3, whatever it is. Okay, and by the way, chicken mayo is my favorite. It doesn't look like chicken mayo, but yeah. So, but I like chicken mayo. Good one. The second one is one of the most famous advertising in advertising history. Why? Because this is one of the first usage of white spaces, right? Because up until this now, I mean, this is an old example, of course, like 1970s, probably maybe like early 80s. I'm not exactly sure about the date, but this is the launch campaign for Volkswagen Beetle small cars in big American car market, because Americans at the time they like big cars, muscle cars. American cars are just spacious big vehicles, okay? And when the German brand Volkswagen Beetle, they were really popular in Europe, they want to enter that market. Many people said that you will never survive there, right? So they used this agency. Ogilvy personally actually created this. He also shared this in his memoir and in his books as well. And what they tried to do, they said that, think small. Let me actually show the tagline. Think small, and they don't use the space that much, try to explain the benefits or features of the car. They basically say that think small, this is small, right? So in a world of big cars, why don't you have a small car? And then very briefly, they talk about why you need to think small and why you need to buy this car. It was really successful because it was really brave at the time, using white spaces instead of explaining a lot. This is the first time, right? Even though they provide some information here, okay? Main focus in this ad, of course, imagery focus by using white spaces, right? So imagery focus, imagery appeal. So that's also a really good example. So let me share some wise words with you. So it's coming from me again. The decision of using rational or emotional appeals are not that black and white, okay? So which one is better than other? So it's not the question. So many brands combine both rational and emotional appeals because they try to influence consumer purchase decision, right? So what you need to do is try to understand which one is actually working better, but you can combine them at any times, okay? So in the end, what we try to create is an effective advertising, okay? So you don't have to be king of emotional advertising all the time, but keep trying and find better working advertising for yourself, okay? So thank you for watching. This was the end of appeals and advertising objectives. In the next video, I will start talking about execution types, right? So what type of executions that you can use to implement those appeals we just discussed in the previous videos, okay? As always, thank you for watching, and please share your ideas and feedback in the comment section. Bye-bye.